All right. We're starting a bit early with the Taz Effect. Daily news in a way you did not know you could use. Now, if y'all remember a couple months ago, your girl told you that they were already talking about a short list of replacements for the Pamela Bondi. Well, guess what? Guess what? She fired. She fired. Trump said, "Come here. Come here, pretty blonde girl. You know, you remind me of my daughter. Which one? Either one. The one with the figure or the one with the but I just want to let you know, as a season opener, you're fired." And guess who replaced her? If you said his personal attorney, who said that he was continuing to be his personal attorney during his confirmation hearings, Todd Blanche, you would be correct. But don't believe me? Ain't nothing to it but to get into it. Trump fires Pam Bondi as Attorney General. Girl, you about to get censured. They about to censure the hell out of you. President Donald Trump Sr. has fired Pam Bondi as Attorney General. She will be replaced for now by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, who will serve as Acting Attorney General, Trump said. The president wrote on Truth Social that Bondi would be transitioning to a much-needed and important new job in the private sector, praising her for her work in his administration and offering no specific reason for why she would be leaving. I can tell you why she's leaving. Want to know? Of course you want to know, because you're as politically nosy as I am. That's why we're here together. No, it has nothing to do with the Epstein-Maxwell files. It's because she was not able to successfully prosecute and convict his political rivals. That's why they have been talking about the short list of replacements for a while. Now, my only question is, Pam Bondi, are you finally going to do the right thing? Are you going to do... Where's Rudy Giuliani when you need him? Fighting for his life on somebody's park bench. I bet you he wishes that he would have fought for different legislation regarding the houseless now when he was mayor. But here's the thing. Pam Bondi, way back when she was still working in Florida, okay, she had a commercial. You can look online. You can find it. Where she's like, yeah, we're going to crack down on sex trafficking and all that jazz, right? Pam Bondi, you know where all the bodies are buried at this point. You could get together with Maureen Comey. Yes, that Comey. And y'all can take Trump down. But my question is, what in your closet would the Trump administration use against you? Because look at what's going on with Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem is a former governor. And the stuff about her husband didn't come out. And people are now saying, well, that was one of the most best kept secrets, along with her affair with Lewandowski in D.C. about her husband doing what he was doing. But then when she was like, well, the problem at DHS was because of Trump and Miller. And they was like, oh, bring in the big titties. And they literally brought in the big titties. Now, the big titties just happened to be attached to her husband's chest. But I digress. So, Pam Bondi, what is it in your closet that they could use against you? And are you okay with them using it against you? Like, my thing is, Pam Bondi, you're giving me undercover butch vibes. And before anybody goes, well, that's homophobic. Girl, I'm gay. I know a butch baddie when I see one. Girl, do you be dicking them down? Do they really be calling you dick them down, Donna? I want to know. I want to know what they got on you, Pam. I want to know. Hey, Tracina. I mean, I'm for real. Oh, and because I saw a little rumor going around, and this is a disgusting and despicable rumor. And please stop. I understand. Caroline Levitt, we're going to take a pause for a second. Caroline Levitt is not a likable person. We know that. She lies every day, and she's a manipulative, okay? You don't have to like her. But stop the rumor that this woman lost her baby. She did not. She is still pregnant. She is due in May. She recently had a baby shower at the White House. Now, do I believe that she should have been able to have a baby shower at the White House? No. And before you go, but the Bidens hosted a wedding at the White House. Yeah, that's within the parameters of it. And it wasn't like in a main portion of the White House, but it was a grandchild of the Bidens at the time. And for security purposes, where else were they going to be able to hold that damn wedding? And I understand the granddaughter was like, look, I want to get married because I want to do down in the valley with the hanky panky. So make it happen, Grandpa. But Caroline Levitt is not, to my knowledge, from what I looked into, not related to Trump, unless that's Trump's baby. But I don't think his swimmers swim. Allegedly. It's just my thought. But can y'all stop? Stop with the, you can decide not to like Caroline Levitt. Fine. But please stop. Don't. Talk about her makeup. Talk about her weird ass marriage. Talk about her lack of intellect. Talk about her fashion choices. But don't be killing off people's kids, okay? Okay, thank you. Greatly appreciated. And before somebody goes, well, Taz, you're taking that personally. I am. Suck it. Deal with it. What you gonna do? Because if you ain't figured it out, you hurt my feelings. I got 2 friends that are not afraid to hit you. I'm going to tell them. Guess what they're going to do? Hit you. Okay. Now back to Pamela, and Todd. Now, if y'all remember, I said way back when stuff started getting rocky and people started making crazy claims and stuff. Yeah, she should not have had her baby shower at the White House. But when people were making all these crazy claims and we started to notice that, you know, when they were like, oh, yeah, we did this, like exaggerating stuff for the sake of Trump to say, yeah, because of Trump, we got rid of this. And it was like listening to a toddler tell you about what they wanted to be when they grow up. Okay. I told y'all the first ones to go from this administration would be the women. That those women were placed there for duality. Now, does Trump have the intellectual fortitude to have come up with this? No. Pretty sure this was the baby of Stephen Miller, probably with his wife, Katie Miller, in his ear, to put women in certain positions, specifically white women, because especially non-deconstructing white women have mastered the art of making themselves look small and getting away with certain stuff. Well, when that shit didn't work, you got to go. You got to go, ho. And the ones who got a little too comfortable because of their look and because they got nominations and nods ahead of some other women who were far more loyal, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, they thought that they could say stuff. Christy Nome, remember the whole cannibal story that she told? Pam Bondi, the whole... When Pam Bondi took her ass on a trip to Alcatraz, and before you go, well, why did she do that? Was in her purview as the Attorney General. Prisons falls under. So it was like, yeah, we're considering opening it back. No, you're not. You're wasting tax dollars and you're lying to, you're too smart to be telling the lies that you're telling. Now, do not think that I'm out here. Okay, DJ, don't think that I'm out here condoning people lying. I'm not. Okay, hear what I'm saying. I don't know about y'all, but I kind of expect smart people to do a better job of lying to me. Like, make me think a little bit before I can catch you in the damn lie. Okay, don't lie to me like you're freaking Gomer Pyle. That's all I'm saying. Like, it should take me a little bit longer to figure out that you lying. Like, I should be able to tell you lying as quickly as I could tell that, like, my niece or nephew was lying. You feel me? Like, they ain't even started kindergarten yet. So, but keep in mind, because people are like, well, when's he going to start bashing her? He's done that behind closed doors. He doesn't want to bash her publicly because of how ingrained she's been, and Todd Blanche, with the Epstein-Maxwell files. So this is his official statement regarding Pam Bondi, coming straight from Truth Social. Pam Bondi is a great American patriot and a loyal friend who faithfully served as my attorney general over the past year. Pam did a tremendous job overseeing a massive crackdown in crime across our country, with murders plummeting to their lowest levels since 1900. Now remember, previously, he attributed the decrease in crime to his quote unquote initiative regarding DHS and ICE. Oh yeah, they closed Alcatraz because definitely it was too expensive back then, and the upkeep and everything else on Alcatraz, it wasn't worth it. And the funny thing about it is, you can take a tour of Alcatraz. There's even a souvenir shop there. And at this point, because of course they're not doing regular maintenance on it, it will cost way more than what it's worth to get it back to up and running status. Now, hold on. Whew. Conservative evangelists, Christian nationalists, always want to tell you what God wants, what God means, what's sacrilegious, what's blasphemous, all of the things. Okay, we can agree that's what they like to do. But did y'all hear about what happened at the Easter event at the White House? This woman, I guess she's been cosplaying as a pastor. If you know, you know. Was equating Trump to Jesus again. And before you go, what do you mean again, Ted? Did y'all forget the whole golden Trump statue at CPAC during his first term? I didn't. Do you not remember them equating him to Christ with the whole shot ear incident? I don't. Well, now you understand why I always got to make an iced coffee before starting. Because, yes, Pepper Trump remembers. White House deletes bonkers Trump Easter event where he got compared to Jesus. The White House deleted video footage of an hour-long Easter event at which, among other things, President Donald Trump Sr. was compared to the resurrected subject of the lunch, Nazareth man, Jesus Christ. I love it. Wait. I've never heard. Wait a minute. Nazareth man, Jesus Christ. Like it's a pageant. Coming to the stage now, singing. Swing low, sweet chariot, the Nazareth man, Jesus, the Christ. It's funny, but it's not funny. Man, oh man, oh man. Now keep in mind, they said this video was an hour long. So somebody recorded it, uploaded it, let it sit there and was like, yeah, that's the one. They're going to the hottest corner of hell. It's a put on me. Come on. The way they wrote it, you can't tell me you didn't think it too. Coming to the stage, giving their rendition of Going Up Yonder. That man from Nazareth himself, Jesus Christ. Hey, Courtney. Okay, let's get to the story. This is why I'm always in the corner. This why I'm always in the corner. This is why people like to sit next to me at church. Plus, I got snacks. On Wednesday's White House schedule, the event was noted. The event was noted as not open to the press or the public. Baby, everybody got a cell phone, and if y'all haven't figured, Hey, hey, hey. Um, if y'all haven't noticed, people in Trump's circle don't like him. They have been recording and turning over information to the press and evidence to prosecutors since before his first term. So, not opening up to the press doesn't mean anything. And let's not forget, right wing influencers and content creators, they're in it for the money. They have no loyalty to anybody but they bill collectors. All right. And I love that for the right. I do. They're going to take and embarrass anybody at any given time. Okay. What did Janet Jackson say? Anytime, any place, don't care who's around, that's them. So, in fact, the pool report featuring the guest list confirmed the event was still closed minutes before it began. So, y'all remember, hey DJ, remember, this was an hour-long video, okay? But before we get into the nitty-gritty, this was an Easter lunch. This is the guest list, okay? This is just part of the guest list. Some of the attendees, okay? Reverend Franklin Graham, the one that told Trump that he was guaranteed to get into heaven, that his soul was fine and secure. Bishop Robert Barron, Pastor Paula White, that heifer. That look, JC, excuse me, but I'm pretty sure you don't know who she is. Really, Paula White? Exactly. New phone. Who this? I didn't know who she was. I think. No, it's not that. That's Paula Dean, sir. That's well, yeah, that's Paula Dean. That was trying to pretend like she knew how to cook like a black lady. That's not Paula White. She looked just like her name said, JC. She looked just like her name said. Um, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Homeland Security Mark Wayne Mullen, Attorney General Pam Bondi. At least they gave her a going away luncheon of sorts. She's a TV preacher. I know, Storm. I can't stand that wench. Agricultural Secretary Brooke Rollins. I think they forget that Brooke exists until moments like this. And I feel like they just invite her because food is involved. And I think Trump thinks agriculture means food. Housing and Urban Development Secretary Scott Turner, because they needed a little bit of color. And I also think that they forget that he exists too. And they probably thought, well, he urban. He probably can't afford food. Bring him in here so he can have a free meal. Small Business Administrator Kelly Loeffler, Office of Management and Budget Director Russ Vought, White House Press Secretary Caroline Levitt. She get invited to everybody. Is she the new Monica Lewinsky? I'm just asking. Erica Kirk was expected to attend, according to Fox. Now, the event was to feature a choral performance. I love how they say choral performance. Like, we'll just say the choir performing. Or Voices of Inspiration will be bringing you song. Was she the faith healer that had on the pink, whatever? Yes. The one that was trying to speak in tongues at one time. I don't know whose ancestor she was calling upon, but she was and woo. So it was to feature a choral performance from the Free Chapel Choir, featuring Pastor Jentison Franklin on the saxophone. I feel I'm gonna get this out. I feel like this Free Chapel Choir, okay? Exactly who. I feel like this was their rendition. If anybody asks you, where are we going? Where are we going? Look. Sure. Trump thought that was oral performance, like oral arguments yesterday at court. Yep. He probably did think that. They was trying to say. Yeah, whatever. We had him Obama in the house. We was getting, don't worry about me. I'ma be all right. Got God all over my life. Don't worry where I've been, where I seen, where I came from. Ever since I was a saint. Don't worry about me. Yeah, and they up there going. And I bet you they was still like, go ahead and pass the plate around. We taking a collection for the poor, for the President Saint Fund. But when the event began, the White House launched a video stream of the entire event, which ran for an hour and 4 minutes and featured several memorable moments. You didn't need to share that with us. Then nobody asked for that. Who asked for that? Because I didn't order that. I did not order that. When they brought the menu around and said, "What do you want?" I said, "I ate and watched 10 years ago. I don't need nothing today." Okay. I'm good. You know that good old Southern woman way of turning down something. You want something, Martha? No, I'm fine. I had me a little sweet tea and a biscuit before I came over here. Do I wanna hear Timmy's song? Girl, I would choir rehearsal yesterday. I got a little ringing. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Maybe pulling them sweaters tight. Like it's gonna form a force field. Wants to see the unseasoned Easter party. I'm telling you. Whew. And in fairly short order, the video was deleted from public view, but the full video had already been captured by many. No stuff. It is the Trump administration. At this point, we expect stuff to go off the rails. Okay. There are people who make it their life's mission to sit and screen record everything. I'm just gonna sit here and rest my phone and drink my sweet tea. Exactly. And you know the other day, them sweaters be getting like they swaddling themselves like they a baby. Like nothing is penetrable. I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of them survived COVID. They sweaters. COVID ain't getting through here. I don't need a mask. I told you that I ain't need no mask. I got it. Girl, her house still got the bed bugs. I wonder if the bed bugs got COVID too. But here's the thing. One viral exchange showed Trump's spiritual advisor, this bitch, pastor, and I'm using pastor very loosely right now. The only reason why I'm saying pastor is because it's written down. Paula White comparing a beaming president to the crucified Savior. Let that sink in for a minute. Where's my iced coffee? Once again, y'all see why I got to make iced coffee before I start this show? By the time we end, I'll probably be done cracked open another fancy Mountain Dew. Cause ain't no way. So here we go. This is a direct quote. This is not paraphrasing. Okay. But lights, camera, action. Jesus taught us so many lessons through his death, burial, and resurrection. He showed us great leadership. Great transformation requires great sacrifice. And Mr. President, no one has paid the price like you have paid the price. It's almost almost cost you your life. Hallelujah. You were betrayed and arrested, falsely accused. It's a familiar pattern that our Lord and Savior showed us. But it didn't end there for him, and it didn't end there for you. Woo! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! God always has a plan. On the third day, yes, on the third day, he rose. He defeated evil. He conquered death, hell, and the grave. And because he rose, we all know that we can rise and serve because of his resurrection. You rose up because he was victorious. You were victorious. And I believe that the Lord said to tell you this. Because of his victory, you will be victorious in all you put your hands to. NC. Oh, you're not late, Annabelle. We started early. Y'all think I could get an Emmy for that? Wait, what's the web version of an Emmy? I don't know. Maybe I should learn these things. I gotta keep up with the awards and stuff. We'll figure that out. We'll Google that and figure that out together. Did you say no? I think I gave a pretty good imitation of Paula. Speaking of which, I got an auntie named Paula. She ain't very likable either. Is it the name? If y'all know a nice Paula, introduce me to her. Yeah. Who got the tambourine? Now, choir. We're gonna bring the choir up in here. Like y'all waited an hour. Wait a minute. What did they say? Let me go back up. Let me get the time right. An hour and 4 minutes, and then decided to pull it. First, a Webby. Thank you, Annabelle. First of all, y'all had Trump and Paula White. Paula talking it. No, not Dean. Paula White. Paula talking in tongues, Dean. Paula invoking the ancestors, Dean. In a room, and y'all thought that it was a good idea to record, not just record, to stream it. I'm not saying I always make the best decisions. Not saying that at all. But I know one thing for certain, two things for sure. What I'm not doing is if certain people are in a room together, I'm not live streaming it. Hell no. Do I know it? Paula Dean ain't nice. She racist and a thief. A crook. And she looked like Skeletor's long lost estranged wife right about now. Oh, babe, Courtney said you just ignoring her now. Damn. She said, hello, it's me. Paula Poundstone. Wait a minute, who is Paula Poundstone? I don't know. Do I know who Paula Poundstone? Probably. Wait a minute. Let me look her up. I'm not the bestest with like a lot of names. You know what? Paula Abdul. Wait a minute. Is Paula Abdul still cool? I got to ask. Oh, the comedian. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we do know some good Paulas. You know what? I got to check with Lady Couture. And if y'all want to keep up to date on like the pop culture stuff, Lady Couture on Instagram and on TikTok, that is where you go. She's been in the industry for a very long time. She has her master's in she's a true journalist, and she's worked for Rockefeller. Like she's in there. So if you want to know the pop culture stuff, that's where you should go. And I need to check with her because is Paula Abdul still? Are we still rocking with Paula Abdul? Okay, I hope so. I hope so. Wait a damn minute. What? What the hell? Black people, when we jokingly say do white people shit, We're not talking about the murder part of white people shit. Florida Democratic Party vice chair found dead at home, husband arrested. Sir, just y'all do know breaking up and divorce is an option. Nope, she blocked me before. Remember, who blocked you before? And no, Abdul, we ain't rocking with it. Okay, wait, who blocked you before? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, what now? I don't know. Okay, well, all right, fine. The vice chair of Florida's Democratic Party, who was reportedly planning a run for Congress, was found dead in her home Wednesday morning, and her husband was arrested in connection with the suspected domestic violence incident. Natalie Mateer Bowen, the 38-year-old vice mayor of Coral Springs, Florida, died sometime in the morning at her home. Her husband, 40-year-old Stephen Bowen, was arrested in what police are probing as a domestic violence incident, authorities said during a press conference later in the day. Um, Ladies, I want to say something. It's gonna sound funny, but I'm being serious. But this is the best way I know how to describe people like this. Stop giving men built like an uncircumcised penis the time of day because they're the ones that can never regulate shit. If he looked like when he was born, somebody peeled his muffin cap back blue, leave him alone. She did not block you, sir. Jesus Christ. Lady K. Who is Lady K? I don't know who Lady K is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Oh, Lady Couture. Oh. Yeah, sorry. Never mind. Never mind. I got it. I'm slow. I thought you were talking about Courtney. That's why I was confused. Um hold on. Oh, in case y'all didn't know, there's also a rumor forming that, and I told y'all this was my theory because I think Chrissy Nome is ready to finally have a divorce because it's like we all knew that she was screwing Corey Lewandowski, but it's officially made the news, and I don't know if they have a prenup or not. But now there's some scuttlebutt floating around. I'm always a problem. Oh my goodness. Um, that Chrissy Nome is the one that leaked the photos. And somebody made a good point because I asked this yesterday also. But somebody was like, them was some big titties that man had on. Where was he hiding this stuff at? Now I know I'm not a nosy Nancy around the house. Like your stuff is your stuff. I'm not going through it. Now if you ask me to like go look for something, I will go look for it. Don't ask me what was around what you told me to look for because I'm hyper focused on finding that. As long as it ain't like a severed body part, I more than likely won't see it. But I think I would notice some big ass titties just chilling. And I think I would notice like stretched out shirts that don't belong to me. Like, where would you even have titties that big? Y'all know I'm going to research this, right? Y'all are aware of that, right? And I've gone shopping with like drag queens and cross dressers and never anybody who wanted any body parts that big, obviously. Who's short to y'all? I would like to know also. Um, Now, last night, Trump did do an address. He addressed the nation regarding the war with Iran. And they need to stop trying to say it's not a war because Trump also, when talking about what our federal tax dollars can or cannot pay for, he said we're at war. But I digress. Now, I was shocked that Trump gave an address yesterday. And why? Let me explain. Because I don't think a lot of people really pay attention to this. Trump is actually very superstitious. Um, Last time he was in office, and even last year, he refused to do anything that he deemed serious on April 1st. Like, refused. So I was kind of shocked that he gave a speech yesterday. But I watched it. I feel like y'all owe me. Not quite sure what you owe me yet, but y'all definitely owe me. 3 different times during this quote unquote speech, I was questioning if I was having a stroke. And I really thought that I had lost the ability to comprehend because I was very lost. And then I realized he was sitting there saying a bunch of not a damn thing. I have witnessed in person multiple people go through sundowning. I can still piece together what they meant, what they were talking about. My payment is roses. All right. But with Trump, Sam Paula Dean was it? No, Paula Dean wasn't there. Paula White was there. But with Trump, it was just a bunch of nothing. He was all over the place. He was claiming things that Trump talks to the United States as if we don't live in the United States, as if we can't go out our front doors or look at our bills, whether you still get paper bills or you go onto a website and check it, as if we can't just fact check him. He glitches out a couple of times. You're absolutely right. Because he's sitting there telling other countries to come buy our oil because we just have so much oil. Gas prices wouldn't be what they are if we did. He's claiming that things were in a shamble and that the economy was shit under Biden and that he fixed the economy. Bitch, we're broke. We ain't got McDonald's money and we ain't got McDonald's at home. See, at least before we had one or the other. We could have McDonald's because we had McDonald's money, or we had McDonald's at home. Now we ain't got neither. We got nothing. It was nonsensical, and I was just like, and then midway through, because I was watching it on stream, and then I was like, I bet you somebody's streaming it on TikTok or something. So I pulled it up on TikTok because usually there's a delay between the two. So I'm like, okay, just in case. And there was like a 2 to 3 minute delay between the two that I was watching. So I was like, okay, maybe if I missed something, I can go back and catch. Nope, there was nothing to catch but a damn migraine. But Trump does. Trump talks to the United States as if we don't live in the United States. He talks to us like we're in Argentina and the internet doesn't exist. Like we can't be in communication with one another. Because did anybody else notice that as soon as the internet really became the internet, started becoming the internet as we know it today, all of those starving children ads started to ease up and kind of go away? Because they realized we could fact check they shit. Hey, Harley girl. What, did your show stop? Come on. Go. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm coming. Your show shouldn't have. Oh, fell over. Cup fell, mic fell. Oh, because the mic is wrapped around the cup. Hold on. All right. How did it go? Because Harley was standing underneath it. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I got to turn her shirt back on. There you go. You happy now? Okay. All right. We're back. I turned it on. You're welcome. I'm glad you're happy. Now, excuse me so I can. Okay, thank you. It wasn't my fault. You're going to tell. I just know. You're going to be doing the tattletale dance as soon as he comes back through the door. What? It's just a commercial. It's not the screensaver. It's a commercial. It is. Go check. I promise you, it is just a commercial. This is my life. I'm arguing with a dog about a show. Or just give her a bath again. That was it. Just don't give her a bath again. That was like, yeah, yeah, you were here. But I got right to. Okay, y'all. I was giving the dog a bath. Got her all sudsed up. She was chilling. She was relaxing. She was enjoying getting a bath. I go to rinse her off. This time I decided she just wanted to be sudsy for life. She took off out of the bath. And I only got one good leg. It did not go well for me. It was it did not go well for me at all. I gave up after so now oh, and Trump wants the SEC to relax quarterly reportings because he's trying to protect the investment world. When is he going to learn that lying about it won't change the outcome? Like, there's no money, bruh. 4-2. Okay. Now, trying to hide stuff, yeah. Like the Benny Hill thing should have been played at that, but it should have been. And the thing about it is, she usually when I give her a bath, she doesn't run around like that. She's chill. I don't know what it was this time. She's just like, no, I'm enjoying the suds. The suds will stay. Okay, hold on. It's 3 o'clock. And she just took off. Now, I don't know if you ever tried to chase and grab a soapy, sudsy, slippery dog. And then she went to the one part of the dining room that I can't really maneuver through. And yeah, I gave up. I was just like, yeah, we're talking about you. Hello. Did you notice it was just a commercial? Your show is back on. Did you come to apologize or say that I was right? No. You get on my nerves. What? What? All right. She is cute. Bossy, but cute. Now, by now, everyone has seen Drewski's skit about conservative women, aka Erica Kirk. Side note, if you like reading short stories and you like fanfics, go to Taz J on Wattpad, or you can click the link in my bios. There's a fanfic regarding Nick Adams, and then there's Diary of the Willing Widow. There are 2 parts up right now. There'll be a 3rd part up by the end of the night tonight. And the most recent part for Diary of a Willing Widow is entitled Setting the Scene. And just to give you a little idea of what it's about, it's when Erica decides how to set the scene for the next chapter in her life as she goes to the hospital to say farewell. Well, I should say Erin in the story, to say farewell to her beloved, not so beloved Chance, before reaching out to her bestie, Ursula, whose husband is a high-ranking politician. Dun, dun, dun! But regarding the Drewski skit, Donald Trump has some advice for Erica Kirk. Donald Trump Sr. appears to suggest Erica Kirk should sue Drewski over conservative woman skit. Go ahead, because this will be interesting. Go ahead. Ursula the Sea Witch. Yes. You should read the stories. Read the story, Storm, and then you'll understand. You'll start to understand the name swapping. Donald Trump Sr. seemingly encouraged Erica Kirk to sue Drewski over his wildly viral video parodying conservative white women. The president made the remarks while hosting an Easter lunch event at the White House on Wednesday, April 1st. You're doing well, right? Trump seemingly said to Charlie Kirk's widow. Okay, I think you should sue him. But you know what? I told her, You ought to sue some of these. They're so jealous of Erica. Here's the thing. Y'all do realize that at the very beginning of Erica Kirk's quote unquote grieving, yeah, we talked about that at the very beginning, Annabelle. Erica Kirk's grieving, it was conservative women that came out with more criticism about her lack of grieving before anybody else. And I did notice that a lot of conservative women were taking screenshots of other people questioning why and how she was grieving or not grieving and trying to claim, like, oh, they would put in a caption, not on the screen, like in a caption, like, look how evil liberals are. But they're secretly agreeing that she's not grieving. I don't know what people are supposed to be jealous of Erica Kirk for. I don't know. But the Uno reverse is Drewski got a white grandpappy. They look just alike. Copy paste. He did. Grandpappy put his face on that copy machine. Drewski. Which kind of explains why he could do the white people in so well. Hey, Angry. Hey, twin, you still in here? And hold on, I'm wondering if the jealousy is in the galaxy with us. Oh, okay. All right, people. I said angry, not Harley. They don't even sound alike. Okay. So since we weren't able to do it yesterday, for all of those that were not able to wish the best IT nerd in the game a happy birthday, here's your chance to do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Angry. Happy birthday to you. And y'all better be nice to him because it's still his birthday week. Mm-hmm. I fight you. And then, hold on. Hey, we did that one. We did that one. Oh, Trump is also. You're welcome, Tom. I'm not nice, you know that. Cosplay a nice person just for today, cuz Jesus Christ. You know, cousins always out here. Just, I say go left. They got to go right. I say we're going to get French fries. They want baked potatoes. They want a jacket potato. Like, you want mustard on? I like mustard on my taters. Trump is now saying that he will sign an executive order in order to resume the pay for Homeland Security. This is his move to try to bypass Congress. Here's the thing. Congress is trying to make sure that TSA continues to get consistently paid. In all technicality, TSA is DHS, DHS is TSA. So go ahead. Like, for Trump, in his brain, DHS is just ICE and Border Patrol. For a lot of people, that's what they think, but no. Now, I know we keep coming back to Kristi Noem. I mean, we're doing more than her husband does. Tip your wait staff. I'll be here all week. So he's signing toilet paper, pretty much good. So I don't know if y'all have ever seen Kristi Noem's daughter, but she looks like a very pretty version of her father. And I know people always get weirded out and think that I'm being disrespectful when I say that somebody looks like a very pretty version of their fathers. I'm not meaning that they're unattractive. I'm not. I really mean, like, she's really pretty. but you can clearly see she looks just like her daddy. Christy, was you involved at all? Well, the oldest daughter, I should say. I don't know how many kids she has. But yeah, some of y'all need to realize some of y'all daddies would have made gorgeous women. So her dad is just, well, if you put a little helium in the daughter. But now here's what people are saying. Christy and Brian Nome's scandals cast tragic shadow over daughter Cassidy's picture perfect life. Was it really picture perfect, Cassidy? Was it? Was it? What was it? Was it like your mama out here sucking and fucking people that ain't her? I'm not on the radio yet, angry. I'm not killing you yet, Smalls. I still got like 15 more minutes left. Because we started a little bit earlier today. And your mama shooting goats and dogs and stuff. Other than tossing titties in a circle, we don't really know what your daddy does. Throw them boobs in a circle. Throw them some boobs in a circle. Christy Nome seemingly hasn't been able to catch a break since losing her position as DHS secretary, and neither can the rest of her family. Well, she's in politics, and she's been in politics pretty much all, y'all ain't used to it yet. The rumored affair between Christie and special government employee Corey Lewandowski took a wild turn after her husband Brian's own infidelity was put on blast. Was it infidelity though? Is it cheating to slap on some titties? An expose by the Daily Mail revealed her husband's alleged double life, including explicit messages with other women and $25,000 worth of payouts. This undoubtedly embarrassed not only his own parents after they defended his loyalty in the face of the Lewandowski rumors, but also their 3 children. But here's the thing. I've said this previously, if y'all remember. I've questioned if Nome and her husband had an open marriage and just is one of those people that just refuse to tell people that they have an open marriage. And here's the thing, it's your business. But when it gets to the point where people are disrespecting your spouse, it's time to go, you know what, we have an agreement. Like, you don't have to go into details, but go, like we're in an open marriage or we're polyamorous, we're part of a polycule, so that your spouse does not look like a damn fool. And here's another thing, and this is from once being in a world around a lot of cross dressers, a lot of drag queens, etc., and being blessed with the opportunity to talk to a lot of these people's parents and siblings. And no, this does not reign true for everyone. Let me say this. When I say things, I'm not speaking in absolutes, but I know each day there are new people who pass by, may pop in for a second, so let me say this. But the parents already knew. There's been a chance, there's been times where they've caught him, busted him doing this as a teenager, as a small child. Whether they confronted him about it, said anything, or didn't say anything, his parents already knew. It's just one of those, as long as it's not made public, they're okay with it. Like, there's a lot of things, a lot of families, even the most staunch religious conservative families, are okay with when you're not hurting anyone. You're not abusing anyone. You're not pushing it on anybody else. You're not, that they're like, fine, just don't let nobody out the house be talking about it. And you're like, okay. Because you didn't just start doing this out of the blue. You didn't just wake up to, like, even if it was just chilling, sitting under the surface. At some point, you was trying on somebody's brassiere. You was slipping into some panties because you didn't want the pantaloons anymore. And no, I'm not being funny. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being denigrating. But that's how it goes. And I spoke to so many, especially mothers, who were like, yeah, I've known about this. Such and such has been sleeping in Victoria's Secret since they were 13. To keep them from stealing blah, blah, blah out of the clean laundry, I just started going to get them their own and sliding it in the drawer because they were too embarrassed to talk to me. Or we sat down and had a conversation and I would start helping them buy supplies. The parents knew. But also, one thing that I've learned through hosting open discussions about race and working with the organization Eager is that white families will drop you like a hot potato in order to save the image, in order to continue a narrative of perceived perfection. There is not really a support system in non deconstructing white households. So they will leave him solo dolo and play dumb. Have the kids hating him, have everybody, and they will all know. And unfortunately, I've also witnessed that. Now, when I witnessed it, I didn't know all the ins and outs of what was going on. It was after actually one of the open discussions, and it just so happened to line up a few days later. I was catching up with somebody from back when the situation happened years ago, and I realized that there was a young man that, yes, they knew he was bisexual. They knew that he liked to cross dress generally within his own home. But he liked to wear what society would classify as women's underwear every single day under his uniform. Hey, he like it, I love it. I don't care. Go out and feel bonita. But he started dating a woman who claimed that she was okay with it, really wasn't. And this is what I feel is disrespectful. If that's not your cup of tea, just leave the person alone. You don't have to try to expose them, especially since this individual is not trying to pull the wool over your eyes. They were honest with you about it, but she took pictures and videos and plastered it on the internet. Now, fortunately, people in her then friend circle told her that was wrong, and they made her pull it down, so it didn't like get too far. But when his family found out that it went public, oh, the turmoil and the mental anguish they put him through, pretending like they didn't know, cutting him off. Oh, it's ridiculous. But the couple's eldest daughter, Cassidy Noam Peters, had been on a lavish vacation in Longboat Key, Florida, 3 weeks before the bombshell article on her father posting her picture perfect weekend to Facebook in early March. She captioned one reel with "one of those weekends you just need, the greatest friends, real conversation, and the beach," which seemed like she was hinting at needing a break from the media circus surrounding her mom's alleged affair and public firing. All things considered, the known children had been putting on a brave face as Peters and her younger sister, Kennedy Frick, were still uploading their Threads of Wealth podcast, even boasting about its stats on Instagram. However, we might not be hearing from Cassidy for a while as the addition of Brian's scandal has forced her to go private on social media. First of all, bitch, read the room. The name of your podcast, you being on vacation during this economic turmoil and the way you're captioning things, I don't feel bad for you. The optics of family image matter more than the family member. Yep. The children and relatives of public figures are often forced to answer for their family's mistakes, but the combined scandals of Brian and Christy Noam couldn't be the first time that their eldest daughter, Cassidy Noam Peters, has been caught in the crosshairs. The controversial reputation of Ice Barbie had already plagued Peters' life in more ways than one, as the realtor's reputation was sullied by rumors regarding her mother's interference with her certification. In her 2021 letter of resignation to the South Dakota Department of Labor Secretary, Marsha Holtman, Peters had written, "I know as the governor's daughter, I am always going to be in the public eye. I cannot stop these attacks, but I can choose whether to keep being hurt by the fallout," via Dakota News Now. It's clear that making her social accounts private was a deliberate choice to minimize the attacks, but it's unclear how Peters will move forward from her shattered family life. It's not shattered. Here's the thing. You knew that strings were being pulled from you for you. You didn't stop it. You enjoyed it. Once again, with everything going on in the country, we're not even going to look geopolitically, just domestically. That's what you want to do, and that's what you want to name your podcast? Yeah, sending O's in any ways. I can't do it. Peters and her younger sister, Kennedy Frick, were already struggling to launch their family-focused podcast, Threads of Wealth. On their socials, Instagram comments had to be limited after posts featuring Christie were filled with demands to recognize ICE's worst scandals. Once again, y'all are not reading the room. With the climate domestically, you decide to have a family-focused podcast called Threads of Wealth. WELLTH. While families are being ripped apart. But white privilege doesn't exist? Okay. Responses on one post like, newsflash, your mom would have deported Jesus, and aren't you lucky? Unlike all the people your mother is hurting, undoubtedly made it difficult to grow a brand without the impact of DHS's scandals. Whether Peters will pick no side, or simply disappear from the public eye is still uncertain. Here is the thing. Kellyanne Conway's youngest daughter created a social media brand for herself by standing on the right side of history. Outside of her being a minor at the time, her mother being Kellyanne Conway did not stop any opportunities for her. She just chose not to pretend like her mother wasn't an egregious person. My family hides under a thin veneer of Christianity. Yeah. All right. Okay, now it's time. Give me just a second. I have to officially start the radio side of these things. So we're going to reset the show with an opening. All right. Win together. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me here for the Taz Effect Daily News in a way you did not know you could use. For those listening in and joining us over the radio airwaves at gcpr.live, thank you for joining. And those watching and listening from all over the social media sphere, thank you for tuning in. Now, with that taken care of, y'all remember Tina Peters? Not a fun Tina, but a Tina nonetheless. But Tina in our neck. Colorado Appeals Court orders resentencing for former county clerk Tina Peters in election fraud scheme. Now, everybody who keeps screaming, well, it's stolen, the election fraud. Yes, there have been convictions in that election, that infamous election. You want to know who all has been convicted, who all has been tried, where all the evidence points to? It ain't the Democrats. It ain't the Green Party. It ain't the Libertarians. Ain't nobody else. It's the MAGA maniacs. They are the MAGA maniacs. They are not smart. They have no facts. A Colorado appeals court ruled Thursday that a former county clerk convicted in a scheme that attempted to find proof of fraud in the 2020 presidential election should be resentenced. Same woman that was complaining about the conditions, the bedding, and the beds at a prison. White people, especially white women, why do y'all always want to send people to jail? But then when it's your turn to go to jail, you act like it's supposed to be country club accommodations. Tina Peters is serving a 9-year prison term after being convicted of state crimes for sneaking in an outside computer expert to make a copy of her county's election computer system during a software update in 2021. A photo and video of confidential voting system passwords were later posted on social media and a conservative website. This is why I say people in the United States can hold water about as well as a colander. Not at all. This is why sometimes when people are like, well, I do have the information, I'm just not going to tell you, or such and such said they have it, but they can't tell the public. As soon as y'all get information, you got to run tell that. So, no. MAGA mania, totally insane. Yep. MAGA mania, totally insane. Calls for Peters's release have become a cause. Oh, have become a cause celebre in the election conspiracy movement. President Donald Trump Sr. has sought unsuccessfully to pardon Peters and pressured Colorado to set her free. If all the fraud is from, according to Trump, the illegals and the Democrats, why are you fighting to pardon her? Wouldn't you just write her off as being an illegal Democrat? Peters was unapologetic when she was sentenced by Judge Matthew Barrett and insisted that she tried to unearth what she believed was fraud for the greater good. He ripped into her, calling her a charlatan who had used her position to peddle snake oil. Here's the thing. If you believe that there is something going on, there's checks and balances. You could have just reported it and said, hey, here's where I believe it occurred. Check that out. That's all you got to do. Peters was the former clerk in Mesa County in the far western part of Colorado and convicted by jurors in the Republican stronghold that has supported Trump. Trump has threatened to take harsh measures against Colorado unless the state releases her. In February, Trump said Colorado was suffering a big price for refusing to release her. No, they're not. And Colorado got the good marijuana. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. DC just wants to use her skills again in the future. Yep. Can all these pardons be overturned once the no? That is the unfortunate part. Well, in this case, because if pardons could be overturned, Trump surely would have overturned the preemptive pardons for that. We are A-okay. We are not okay. We're not even hanging on. Trump will not die. We don't get to sing the sad song. Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser, a Democrat, has accused the Trump administration of waging a revenge campaign by choking off funds and ending federal programs over the state's refusal to free Peters, which that is what they're doing. The appeals court found that the sentence punished Peters for maintaining that there was fraud in the 2020 election. For these reasons, we conclude that the trial court obviously erred by imposing sentence at least partially based on Peters' protected speech, the court said in the ruling Thursday. Now, I do realize speaking is an action, okay? So now if I go commit a crime and because I talk about the crime, does that mean that that's protected by free speech? What are we doing here? This is going to be a slippery slope. What you mean? Yeah, Corey, a lot of times people getting pardons, it does not help them out. Because generally people who get pardons, their cases are so widely known that employers, friend groups still want to allow people to come in. Weiser said in a response to the ruling that the original sentence had been fair and appropriate. Whatever happens with her sentence, Tina Peters will always be a convicted felon who violated her duty as Mesa County clerk, put other lives at risk, and threatened our democracy. Nothing will remove that stain, Weiser said in a statement. Weiser, a Democrat who is running for governor, there we go, noted that the court affirmed Trump's attempt to pardon Peters was meaningless since presidential pardons don't extend to state crimes. The Justice Department inserted itself into Peters' bid to be released while her state appeal was considered. The Federal Bureau of Prisons tried to get Peters moved to a federal prison. After both efforts failed, Trump in December announced a pardon for Peters that was considered symbolic since Colorado says it doesn't apply to her state convictions. But in January, the state's Democratic governor, Jared Polis, said he was considering granting clemency for Peters, calling her sentence unusual and harsh for a first-time nonviolent offender. Hey, Sabrina. And this is why. This is why this bleeding heart BS. This one's too harsh. Maybe we should just let him go. If we would have properly punished the seditious mofos that created the Confederacy, a lot of what's going on today wouldn't have happened. I need protection out here in these streets, but what happened now? Every day I got to fight. Every day I got who flirting today? Who flirt? Because I know that's what Jesus Christ. Every day. We about to do a mobile version of the Taz Effect because I'm just gonna have to go to work with him. I'm gonna have to, yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy. I told him I gotta hurry up and put a ring on it. Actually, I told him I was gonna make him a hoodie, a t-shirt, and some sweatpants that says property of Taz because all my life I have to fight wenches. Exactly, twin. Exactly. I got to fight the wenches. And I got to fight the he wenches too. Because it ain't just the wenches, it's the he wenches. It's the she wenches, the he wenches, and the they wenches. Do we need to pack up the car and head your way? Yes. Yeah, yesterday was a dude. Yesterday was a he wench that was flirting with him. No, you can't mess up your hair and nails. I got you. Thank you, Corey. I told y'all it's the he wenches, the she wenches, and the they wenches. We'll do the Taz Effect on the go. Absolutely. I put everything in the note in my notes anyway. I could go ahead. Hershey, Pennsylvania, please. Yeah. Ooh. That's been a while since I've only been to Hershey, Pennsylvania once. I had a good time. Now, one, I was going down a list of most people would not consider them historic sites. I was just verifying some stuff in a book, and I wanted to go to those particular sites. But I think I want to go back to Hershey, Pennsylvania, to really experience the city and not be totally nerded out while there. You'll love the new market. Ooh, I like that. If I know you're in Massachusetts, then I gotta find my Massachusetts bucket list. It's in one of these notebooks over here. I'll find it. So there's a list of places, and there's a few museums I wanna see. Not quite sure where they are in Massachusetts because I wrote out the list and I forgot to research the precise cities that all these things are in. So I gotta find it and then do that. Before y'all go, how do you have a list and you don't have the cities? Because a lot of times I'll be reading something, researching something, or even watching a movie, and I'll go, "Oh, I want to see that," and I just put it in one of the many notebooks that I keep in my purse or near me and write it down. Once I fill out a couple pages, then I go back and go, "Okay, what city is this?" And then I break it down like city, state, stuff like that. So, quick trip on I-94. Wait a minute. Hold on. I-94 gives Jeepers Creepers vibes. Like Big Jeep is going to be chasing us. Maybe today or tomorrow, maybe, Courtney, I'll give y'all a story time about our adventure up to Chicago. You live by I-94? Everybody lives by I-94. Ooh, did by. Yeah. So Okay. Now with Tina Peters, here's something that I think a lot of people forgot. So I'm gonna say this, and I need y'all to remember this, and don't let anybody forget it. Okay? Because remember, I showed y'all that we went over the footage of Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, being served while he was being interviewed on TV. Right now, Tina Peters, her attorneys are not denying. They confirmed that Tina used the security badge of a local man that she pretended to hire in order to allow an associate of Mike Lindell to make a copy of the Dominion voting system's election computer server. It is why Dominion been suing everybody. They was like, we're gonna sue everybody. We're taking money, taking money. There were weird fields of red lights for like 2 hours. Yes. And then there were like a couple weird green lights. Now, okay, so I got astigmatism. So I don't know. To me, the lights looked like they were shaped like mini lightning bolts, which they probably were not. Okay, they may have been circles. I don't know. I have astigmatism. So if it's a circle or any type of sphere and it's lighted, it looks like a jagged edge to me. So I don't know. And all of a sudden, I felt like we were in Cars, the movie. Y'all know that one scene with all the trucks on the hot, because I just thought about this. It was a perfect missed opportunity for me to just bust out and go, life is a highway. I want to ride all night long. But because my friend loves me, she did stop at McDonald's so I could get a Happy Meal. And why did I want the Happy Meal? One, I needed more water. I got a cup of water. Two, McDonald's had Crocs Happy Meal, and I wanted the Crocs toy and the French fries. And did I get both? Yes. So for those of y'all that really think that I really don't get excited about stuff like that I really don't do stuff. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And where did I put the Crocs? Over with Igor. With the cheeseburger. Yes, the toy. I wanted the toy. Yeah, and I wasn't quite sure if they were going to give me. I was like, oh, I guess I can't get it because I don't want a plain burger. I wanted a cheeseburger. And she asked. And the lady at that McDonald's was very nice. Very nice. She's like, yeah, you get a cheeseburger. Yes. Let's not forget, I'm the same person that convinced Babe to get the adult Happy Meals around Christmas, just so I could get the Grinch socks. I like them. The little, hold on. Where is it? Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. Wait a second. I'm gonna knock this cup over again. Hold on. We're gonna get it. See, I can put it in sport mode. Thread. See? Non-sport mode. Sport mode. So yeah. Did I know ahead of time that McDonald's had Crocs? No. How did I know? Saw it on a sign. Downloaded the app to verify it on the app. Yes. You've been back and forth about it? Go get it. I really want some more of these. And somebody asked me, why didn't Mike put it on my purse because it doesn't coordinate with the current theme that I have going on my purse right now. I've got pink, black, and white charms and stuff on my purse, and this is red and blue and yellow, which is very cute. But you know, I love a good theme, so I don't know. Church, so I don't know. But I kind of want some more. I kind of want some more. And if anybody happens to come across or find a little like cute little pink bunny that I can clip on my purse, please let me know. Please let me know. I would like a little. I mean like little. Um, what were those scary little? I shouldn't say scary because a lot of people got them, and I don't want to sound disrespectful or anything. The little, I guess they were stuffed. They look like stuffed animals. I've never seen one up close, but they got like the little monster teeth that people were getting clipping on stuff. Wait, what's their side camo? Oh, and the camo Cybertruck. That was, I'm pretty sure. I still believe that truck was broke down in that parking lot. And that's what it was. Oh, Labubu. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Yes, Labubu. Okay, so something about the size of the Labubu. Now, there was one that I saw that you could get something like that size. And you could even dress it up. But the problem is, I don't like the whole mystery box thing. If I look at something and I'm like, oh, I like that. That's cute. I want to buy that. I do not like this whole, you got to keep buying until you get the right one. I don't want to do that. I don't want the, no. So like something that size. Or do you people not know what correcting yourself means? Eric, what are you talking about? Because you're in the midst of a news show. Yeah, in the McDonald's parking lot. The little bit. So Eric, what are you talking about? You're like well over an hour. Thank you. Like well over an hour passed when I was like, hey, if anybody wants to talk about anything. I'm in two places at once. This oh all right. Um hmm. Hold on. I think we already updated on him yesterday. Give me just a second because another update just came in on the infamous ICE agent out of Cincinnati, but I'm going to skim real quick to make sure we didn't go over this. Okay. Nope. It's the same thing we went over yesterday. I don't know why that just came through again. Sorry about that. Ah, there we go. She is. Okay. Donald Trump gets bad news minutes after Iran war speech. Well, the news wasn't bad enough because he's still here. President Donald Trump Sr. praised the stock market for being the highest ever during a Wednesday address on the Iran war, but minutes later, stock market futures slid further amid economic uncertainty swirling after America's attack on the Middle Eastern nation. You don't have to hold back. Corey, you do not have to hold back. That's one of the people that I was discussing earlier. I sat here for how long before we decided to start the show early? I heard someone lost their job today, but I'm too focused on the Dow to care. Oh, Pam Bondi. See, he's not gonna come after me too. Yeah, he's decided to come after everybody, but I gave him over an hour to come say his piece. And where's my? It's over there. A whole other screen. Yeah, we're not doing this. Within minutes of Trump's remarks ending, futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500 and Nasdaq all turned decisively negative, erasing earlier gains from the regular trading session and pushing markets towards fresh short-term lows. The stock market has taken a hit since the Iran war started, contributing to the economic pain Americans are feeling, and it took another blow when Trump announced he'd continue the war for at least another few weeks, despite speculation he could use the speech to declare victory. What did I tell y'all earlier on in the show? That it does not matter what you lie about. If the money, if it ain't there, it ain't there. Okay? That's like, ladies, femme presenting individuals, y'all gonna understand this. Y'all gonna understand this. Okay? That's like you going to take a pregnancy test. Okay? Now you seeing that it come back positive. And you just keep telling everybody it was negative, it was negative, it was negative. Does that change it from being positive? No. Saying that the economy is one way does not just make the economy change. Because if that was the case, I think we would all be sitting here instead of going, I must increase my bus. We would be rubbing our wallets going out, but we'll be just like this. Hold on. I must increase this trust. I must increase this trust. Like, if we could just talk it into existence, baby, listen. We would already have had that presidential event I keep telling y'all about, where the president arrives by horse-drawn carriage, and there's a representative from each of the armed forces that will escort him, quote unquote, into the building. And all of the former presidents, vice presidents, and former first ladies will be there. And maybe, I mean, it's Trump, maybe somebody from his family will say something positive. I'm sure they will say something, but it might be positive, it might not. I don't know. Will Space Force be that? Well, they were at Jimmy Earl's funeral. Well, I'm sorry, Jimmy Earl's presidential event. For those of y'all that aren't familiar with Jimmy Earl, James Earl Carter, former president of the United States. Around here, Jimmy Earl. Okay. We like Jimmy Earl around here. We rocks with Jimmy Earl around here. Okay. Jimmy Earl was a simple man. But yeah, you can't. Wait. Taz Small. I think it's raining outside. I'm not sure. Because I think rain is hitting the windows on that side of the house. I don't think there's enough space for the windows to hit the rain on this side. For the windows to hit the rain. For the rain to hit the windows. Around like 10:30 last night, I'm telling you, my words were just, the global trade war that Donald Trump Sr. launched 1 year ago didn't just temporarily raise tariffs. It may have also broken the global system that lets technologies like Bluetooth work everywhere. Quick question. Have y'all noticed that you've been having issues? Have you noticed that there's been some changes with the workings of your tech? When you pop your wireless earbuds in, oh, hold on. Plug in the charger. There we go. Sorry. That when you pop in your wireless earbuds, when you pop your wireless earbuds in before a jog, there's little chance you're thinking about the technology behind them or the international consortium that spent more than a decade making Bluetooth the ubiquitous media tool it is today. But we shouldn't take for granted our ability to sync Apple AirPods to a Lenovo tablet or Google mobile phone to a Bose speaker. Given the direction of global trade, Americans may not have access to the Bluetooths of the future. 1 year after Trump declared Liberation Day from the post World War II consensus on global trade, that may stand as the most lasting consequence of the tariff regime he is now scrambling to rebuild after much of it was invalidated by the U.S. Supreme Court. Even if the next president rolls back any remaining duties, which he or she could do, given Trump Sr.'s reliance on executive authority rather than congressional approval, the convulsions of Trump Sr.'s trade war have already had a durable impact. His policies have accelerated an ongoing pivot away from the free trade principles that have governed international commerce for nearly 80 years, which is beginning to splinter the global market that multinational corporations covet. Trade flows are being rerouted, new regional trade blocks emerging. But I also want to bring something else to your attention. A lot of companies cannot afford the abundance that they have were getting before. And I have had my fair share of an uptick in issues, which is very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. Um, and really nothing well, there's a bit of equipment that I can no longer use because it has been completely destroyed. So fingers crossed we'll be able to get it replaced and or fixed. There's a lot that has been destroyed. But there's so much that people don't realize that they voted for and what they ushered in. But now we got roughly about 30 minutes left. Now, yes, we started earlier today. The people on TikTok have been here with me longer than anybody else for today. And when I started off, I was not in the best of mood, but thank you all for letting me talk through it and get in a better mood. Because I said there are people bothering. And sometimes there are people who think that, oh, she's exaggerating or you just got a chance to witness it. Not listening to what I have to say, coming in making accusations. Now, I sat here for well over an hour. If I need to be held accountable for something, I ask, what is it? And quickly, let me check something. Oh yeah, it's raining. Hold on, I want to check something real quick. I don't know why this is taking so long. Okay. Hmm. Before I say this, I'm going to do my due diligence. Thought so. So the person who came in on the TikTok side, just like I told you before, just to verify some things, Thomas addressed them, Chaos addressed them, a few other men addressed them. Just verified. They're not in their comment sections. Let's see. No response videos, at least none attached to the original videos. But you're here. You came here. You came here. Very, very interesting. I'm not going to argue back and forth with a sun dodger, somebody easily defeated by the sun. I'm not going to argue back and forth with somebody who will plausibly melt if I tossed dish liquid and water on them. If I pushed you out into the rainstorm right now, you would dissolve like the witch from The Wiz. So for anybody who thought that I was exaggerating, for anybody thought that, oh, she's making this about herself. Nope. You just watched it in real time. Eric, babe. Y'all just watched it in real time. Oh no, that's the same. It was the guy from last night that harassed me all over my page. That anytime a man addresses him, he doubles down when it comes to me. No, I said if I'm not gonna argue with a sun dodger, dear, I'm not gonna argue with somebody that if I pushed out right now into the storm, they would melt. They won't dissolve, they'll float like a fat turtle. Hey yo. You're right. Oh. Woo-hoo-hoo. So yeah. Just want to take a break just to point that out. Just to point that out. Since the latest narrative about me is that I am delusional. I just make everything about myself. If I just need attention. Alrighty. Some act like they don't understand. Yep, you get that right. Now, we did have a little bit of an update yesterday. The judge said, hey, Trump, you can't move forward with the ballroom. I promise you, this ballroom drama changes every freaking day. So, Trump's White House ballroom gets final approval days after a judge ordered a halt to construction. I feel like this ballroom is the embodiment of I'm dead, I'm alive, I'm dead, I'm alive. Like, what do you mean? Like, what does it mean? Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty of it all. President Donald Trump Sr.'s White House ballroom won final approval from a key agency on Thursday, despite a federal judge recently ordering a halt to construction unless Congress allows what would be the biggest structural change to the American landmark in more than 70 years. The 12-member National Capital Planning Commission, the agency tasked with approving construction on federal property in the Washington region, went ahead with the vote because U.S. District Judge Richard Leon's ruling, which came 2 days earlier, affects construction activities but not the planning process, said the commission's Trump-appointed chair, Will Scharf. You know, just because Trump appoints you to something doesn't mean you have to do his bidding. Like, this ain't Mean Girls. This is the federal government. Like, you supposed to just go in there and do your job. and your job is not suckling the tic tac of Trump. Like y'all doing all of this for a man whose dangling can't go past a fingernail on a pinky. Like you ain't even doing this for Daddy Long Stroke. You doing this for for Pop No Stroke. I allegedly Trump can't even give you a pearl bracelet, let alone a pearl necklace. Y'all doing all of this for that you can't get no satisfaction from that. Like there was a girl I went to school with in college. They used to say, she was using somebody else's name. I'm going to put Trump in it. Like, a man like Trump ain't even worth you letting him screw your thighs. And yes, she literally meant screw your thighs because she said there were plenty of men that couldn't tell the difference between a cooter biscuit and thighs clenched together. The guy that pee on his family jewel. Yep, exactly. Before the vote, Sharf, a Sharp sounds like an extra in Finding Nemo. But okay. Before the vote, Scharf, a top aide in Trump's White House, noted that Leon's order has been stayed for 2 weeks as the administration seeks an appeal. He said, as he understood the decision, it really does not impact our action here today. The judge said you can't do nothing until Congress said you could do something. You know, that's like your mama telling you want punishment. Then you go to your daddy and was like, Daddy said I could do it. I'm going to get away with it. No, you going to get a funeral well before your assigned time by the Lord. Hey, yes, 3 millimeter mushroom energy. Like, what is y'all doing? Reading from notes, Scharf delivered an impassioned pre-vote defense of the project that reviewed the entire history of the White House, including changes and additions that were criticized at the time they were made, but have become beloved with the passage of time. You mean like the changes that Trump made to those changes? Our beloved garden is gone. It is now a janky, raggedy pavilion. The Lincoln bathroom looks like the morgue from the time that Lincoln was alive. I hate it here. I hate it here. Including changes and additions that were criticized the time they were made, but have become beloved with the passage of time. He spoke about the addition of the North and South porticos and balcony added by President Harry Truman. They didn't tear nothing down. You say the bad word. Please say the no word. Because everything that comes out of him is like death. I bet there's a permanent orange rink in those tubs. I don't think he gets in the tub. I don't think he bathes. And if he does, it's not well and complete. Then drapes everything in gold aluminum foil. Exactly. This is why I chuckle, because when Trump brags about how he decorates things, okay, and it's even come out that a lot of the decor at the White House came from Home Depot, which he should know. We love a good bargain. We are a bargain country, okay? Look at Manifest Destiny. I kid only a little bit, but we love when Michelle Obama was up in there, and we love the cost saving that she did. All right, we love that. But for people to be like, yeah, Trump grew up rich. No, he doesn't. Trump poorly cosplays what he thinks wealth is. Oh, melanoma is worse. And for those that don't know who melanoma is, that is Mrs. Trump Sr. And once again, before somebody comes in here trying to have sympathy for melanoma, once again, let me implore you, Google melanoma's father. When you see what that man looked like and you look at Trump, it'll all make sense. It'll all make sense. Right. The United States lives on clearance rack. Why do you think we steal more than we pay for stuff? We'll take a 5-finger discount before anything else, and we always, yes, she definitely got that electric complex better, Jay. Melanoma is her name. Melanoma. Yeah, I like calling her melanoma because whoo, yeah, she is a skin deep cancer to us all. Probably just wipe him down with one of those hospital baths, but I don't even think they do that. I think he just puts, if you really, I don't suggest it, but if you want to verify, go ahead. But if you screenshot a picture of his or zoom in on it, it just looks like it's caked on. You ever met somebody that instead of bathing properly, they just add deodorant, add baby powder, add perfume, and just keep adding it on and on? I feel like he's adding dusting powder and whatever. I don't think it's a spray tan. Now there are some lotions that'll give you a glow or are at home like tints and tan. I think that's what he's using, but it looks like it's just getting caked on top each day. Almost like he's using dry shampoo for his whole body. Oh, okay. Thus far in my research into her Einstein visa, which they have most of the information very, very locked down. But given that I've also been covering Epstein Maxwell files and a lot of the memoirs, etc., surrounding Epstein, I think it's Epstein is the reason why she got her Einstein visa, because Epstein, and it's confirmed, was able to get a lot of visas, whether through marriage, etc., for a lot of girls. I truly do believe that's how she got it. And I think that's why they're so tight lipped. And I think that's why they've locked everything down regarding her particular visa. Because usually when there's a paper trail regarding somebody's visa, you can follow it to a certain point. Like, no, I'm not gonna, I don't work for the federal government. I don't work in immigration. So I'm not gonna get like all of the detailed information. But usually you can go pretty far, like, oh, you get an idea. This and given that she was busted during the first administration about lying about her degrees, since you got your degrees and everything, yeah, it's under lock and key because she's here on a secret mission to catch moose and squirrel. You know, when people ask me, explain your friends, I can't. Just tune into the show. Just, just, I don't know. I can't. Oh my goodness. What? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. In case you were not aware, U.S. crude oil now tops $110 per barrel. Well, she does sound like Natasha. She does. She kind of resembles Natasha too. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Um. Oh yeah. Also, in case you didn't know, yes, Trump pulled up to SCOTUS yesterday. And he left abruptly. Wanna know why? Wanna know why? Wanna know why? He thought that he would be able to talk. Look up pictures of her dad, and then Trump makes perfect sense. I told you. I told you where to go. I told you. I'm telling you, sometimes when I research stuff, I really need to learn how to stop. I need to learn how to stop because every time, what do we always have? What always happens here, kids? I go a step too far, okay? And my foot gets stuck in the rabbit hole. But when Melania's mother was sick, and I was looking at how close her parents and her husband were in age, I was like, what do they look like? Oh, okay. Because just like Trump is fighting birthright citizenship, which would actually make him ineligible to be president, but also he doesn't like the anchoring immigration. Let me explain. Like I come over here, I get immigration. I can then sponsor another family member to come over here to, get immigration, get citizenship. They can get citizenship. That's how Melanoma's parents were here. He makes the center of my soul itch. He really, really does. So this will be our final story for today. Ooh, Jesus, y'all been here with me for 2 hours. Bless you. U.S. lifts sanctions on Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez. The U.S. on Wednesday lifted sanctions on Venezuela's acting president, Rodriguez, according to an Office of Foreign Assets Control entry on the Treasury Department website. The newly announced sanctions relief is the latest U.S. recognition of Rodriguez as a legitimate authority in Venezuela ever since the U.S. military captured her predecessor and mentor, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife on January 3rd in Venezuela's capital, Caracas. Yeah, look at us, Annabelle. Woohoo! I guess we did accidentally show that I could fill more time. Look at that. Look at that. Now we got an example. I could fill more time. I could do a 2 hour show all by myself. Look at that. Yeah, I'll be sure to tell Thomas in the morning. And then how the patriarch of Mango Mussolini's father got here as well. Yes. Actually, he used it. He wasn't legal for a while. Mm-hmm. So, and let's not forget, Trump is so happy. We toppled Venezuela. No, you didn't. You took one president but left the regime intact. That's like somebody coming over here kidnapping Trump. Let me repeat that. That's like somebody coming over here kidnapping Trump, but then leaving everybody else in their positions. Like if the regime is still there, the rules are going to be the same. So, like if you wanted to kidnap a world leader, you should take the whole administration with you. If you want a regime change. And I'm just saying, like the United States has caused a lot of regime changes. If you want to return the favor, there's some step-by-step instructions in these buildings called libraries, in these books called in the history section. But if you want to kidnap Trump, you got to take the whole administration. Don't do like Trump and leave the VP there. Don't do that. Don't do that. But if you want to teach us how to properly do a regime change, we are visual learners. We're visual learners. And it tends to take us 2 to 3, usually 3 business years to learn. So just hold them for 3 years. Just saying. I'm trying to learn, Courtney. I'm just saying. If somebody wants to teach me step by step what a regime change looks like in real time, in real life, I'll be a good I'll take all the good notes. I got fresh notebooks and everything. I said it might take me 3 years to really master it, so just hold them for 3 years. Hold on, let me check the calendar. Wait a second. Yes, for 3 years. Yeah, for science. And I mean, if you probably gonna get tired of them before the 3 years, but I heard. Word on the curb is they got this administration, this regime got some contracts with Venezuela. You could drop them off over there. Their mama said they could spend the night. Their mama did say they could spend the night. So I mean, if you just want to help them pack they spend the night bag, and if you wouldn't mind like being the official, unofficial Uber to get them there. I heard that the man down in Venezuela got some snacks for him. He got rooms set up for him and everything. They're gonna be comfortable, I guess. I don't know. I mean, if you want to see where they staying, just keep in mind their mama already said they could go. You could just look at a bunch of pictures of Christy Nome online. She's standing in front of where they gonna go. Like let me remind y'all, their mama said they could go. I help pack a spend the night bag. I'll even throw some snacks in there. I just, they supply the planes, we supply the depends. Exactly. Oh yeah, they got a contract with El Salvador also. But I was thinking about the prison that allegedly they making some people work on the oil from. I just, but they mama said they could spend the night. What you mean Trump mama did? She said through the Ouija board he could spend the night. She just said he needs some help packing a spend the night bag. They could go. Just if you drop them off, we'll pick them up. And if we forget to pick them up, nobody said we was good parents. Don't even worry about they spending night bags. They got everything they need. Right. They going to their other parent house. They going to their daddy house. Their daddy's supposed to have a room and clothes and snacks for them over there anyway. It's called joint custody. It's how joint custody is supposed to work. It's a fair deal. It is. Don't have gas for that. I ain't got no gas for that either. But we'll pick them up in 4 to 5 business years. I'm thinking like 3 to 6 years. I should be able to, scrape enough money out the couch cushions to get enough to get, a nice little tank of gas to come get them. I'm just we'll pay child support. Like how much is self tanner anyway? It can't cost that much. In this decade, well, in this economy decade, yeah, like we'll pay child support. Like how much? Like $5.99 should cover all of them, right? Like they the ones that said like for $10 we could, we could survive. Like just give them cereal for every meal. I mean, say what you're thinking. Oh, thank you, Annabelle. For entertainment purposes, yeah. 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 I mean, why can't Trump loves reality shows? I got an idea. Okay, make sure you share this with Trump. All right, all right. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Now, Trump seemed to be living his best life when he was on Apprentice and Celebrity Apprentice. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. We could do a new reality show called POTUS. Okay, and it's like Amazing Race. Okay, and Naked and Afraid, but they're not gonna be naked. Okay, POTUS style, and this is what we do. Okay, we pair up everybody into teams of 2 or 3 in the administration, okay? And we drop them off and say Israel, Iran, or Palestine, and whoever makes it back can stay in Israel, Iran, or Palestine. Yeah, and the 599 includes shipping and handling. Why does Trump only fire the women? Because Trump has deep-seated women issues. The Trump family did not start turning a profit until his grandmother took over. His grandfather passed away of pneumonia. Yes, the same thing that Trump made fun of Hillary Clinton for having and surviving, by the way. And yes, we know that his grandfather was buying up land and ran a few brothels, but he wasn't good with money and he really wasn't turning a profit. Well, when he kicked the bucket, his grandmother was like, how can I have income with the least amount of energy and effort so I can finish raising these bastards that I'm still not sure I wanted to give birth to? Okay. She looked like a swallower. Okay. She didn't want nothing in her undercarriage. So she took the land and put things like rental properties, laundromats, things like that on them in order to turn a profit. That's why when he took over the company, he changed the name from Mary Trump and Sons to the Trump Organization and started putting out that, I built this company from what? From Dick Sweat, because you didn't build it yourself. And when he was originally starting to tank the company, guess who came in to save it and was doing the good work and showed themselves to be an astounding businesswoman? Ivana Trump. Then when he started to tank the company again, guess who came in and started causing the company to do better? Ivanka Trump. Jealousy. But see, he comes from that era where you're supposed to hate women and women are supposed to be stupid and men are supposed to be stupid. Nobody told him that the reason why people have women as secretaries, now administrative assistants, was to steal their ideas and get the women to do all the work so that they could get the promotions. He never learned that. And you got to think, Trump has to live with the fact that he just walking around with an Arby-sized clit. Let that sink in. Glad you caught that, Corey. I've been working on that one. Yeah. And actually, also, during his Manhattan fraud trial, it came out that he actually leans on melanoma a lot regarding things. Oh, I have been flagged for harassment and bullying. Well, it's a good thing we're at the end of the show. 2 hours, 6 minutes. Talking about the order of operation of actual women in the Trump family. That Trump bully. That's bullying and arrest. Okay. Cross-eyed Cash better get both his eyes and focus after he gets rid of the wood. Yeah, next we're going to get the brown out. So, head of HUD, you might be out of here. Well, you might, because you might not HUD, because they keep forgetting that HUD exists. I'm surprised you got an invite to the Easter lunch. So, but we did make 2 hours. I guess by the time we end, it'll be 2 hours and 10 minutes. So we did that. We did that. So remember, into morning. What is our assignment? What is our assignment, people? Tell Thomas I could do 2 hours by myself. They say bullying and harassment when you're reading, but yes, they do say bullying and harassment when I read a book. Oh, speaking of which, Patreon is up and running. Links in the bio. Patreon, Taz J. So if we run the numbers up over there, we could possibly move the literacy segment over to there. So, but for right now, we're still on the TikTok. So as always, each one teach one, each one reach one. Dirty ass Eric, your mama's still a hoe, your daddy's still a slob, and you run from soap. Bitch! Bye now.